everybody, it's Craig from Doc's Daily. Doc Sports here, and I hope everybody had a good day yesterday as we kicked off the play-in tournament in the NBA. Wrapping up the NHL and Major League Baseball continue to move on. I'm going to give the kudos for Griffin. He faded Detroit yesterday and got that win. Nice win. I was against you.
Thanks for the shout out, brother.
Yeah, nice winner as an underdog, nevertheless. But hey, let's get you some winners today. But before I do so, let's take care of the housekeeping. DocSports.com/free60. Get in on that free $60 account. That'll get you our top plays today, and that will mean what we call top plays is 5, 6, 7, and 8 unit plays. That'll get you all the plays actually, but we always talk about our top plays, so we'll continue to do so. But if we say we have a 7-unit play, a 5-unit play, a 3-unit play, it's $30 per day per sport. So you could get all those plays in either MLB, NBA, player props. What else we have? Golf. We got all kinds of stuff going on nowadays. Got horse racing coming up, Kentucky Derby just a few weeks away. So make sure you take advantage of that free $60 account. Also, the Premium Plus, very simple. It's a sampling of Indian Cowboys level 1. And then the Premium Plus is 3 of our experts included on top of Indian Cowboy. And that's $49.99 for a month. You can't beat it. Make sure you check it out. We got 3 new members today. Victor, we've got Anthony, and we got Darian. So make sure you join in on those guys and make sure you take advantage of it. It ends up being about 150 plays for under $50. So make sure you click the link in the description. And let's get right to it, though. Griffin, we're going to start off with you since you beat me up on that Detroit game. My only loss yesterday. Any unit plays?
Yeah, you know what, Craig? I actually got smacked down yesterday. I lost my 7-unit soccer best bet, and on the ice, I had a 7-unit or a 6-unit on the Vegas Golden Knights. Dropped that game as well, 3-1 in the third. I don't know what the hell happened to them, but we're back in action today. I've got 2 plays on the ice. I'm 4-0 in my last 4 NBA selections. I won my play-in game yesterday, so I cashed that play. So I've got 1 play on the NBA hardwood as well, 2 plays on the MLB diamond, 2 plays on the ice, and 2 player props going out tonight, Craig. No top plays, all low volume. Bounce back after yesterday and come back, get a winner and put some wins in the win column today, and then fire back out tomorrow, Craig.
Well, I hope you're better than 59%. Because that's, like some people in our industry like to brag on 59%. But I know Griffin's way better than 59%. Nick, what do you have for today? Any big unit plays?
Craig, we are heating up at the right time. I got to say, I had the Memphis Grizzlies +7 there. Laid my balls on the table there, got the job done. Shout out to Ja Morant there. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 7-unit best bet in the NHL. In my last 13 plays, I am 10 for 3. For over $3,375. We are heating up at the right time here. We got Thursday and then playoffs start on Saturday here. So I got a 7-unit best bet there and a 4-unit in the NBA side of things in that Miami and Chicago Bulls game, Craig. So we're locked and loaded, getting ready at the hot time. Love the shirt there, Ralph. I absolutely love it. Bulls, baby.
Let's go.
All right, I have a 6-unit play in that game as well. So hopefully we're on the same side. Of course, you can get in all these places, $30 per day per sport and $99 per week per sport. So if you like MLB, you like NHL, whatever you like, go over to the grid, log in your member's account. If you're an existing member, or even if you get the free 60, you go down to the grid and you select who you like for the day. Several times you're going to have more than one play a day, especially as we progress through the summer with like the MLB. Raphael, do you have any big plays today?
Just a 5-unit in a prop play today. It's in the NBA. It's the first game between the Bulls. So it's the only one. Fell down yesterday. I had the Padres Cubs game over. I mean, the Cubs offense was putting up some ridiculous numbers. Padre bats were putting up some ridiculous numbers. Had 7.5. Had to move it to 8 right before post time. Thought about maybe dropping it, but I gave the middle fingers to the books. I said, I ain't dropping. I'm keeping it at a 6. And then the books gave me the middle finger, gave me a 2-1 final and extra innings. So I was really close to hitting 5,000 already in baseball if I would have won that play. So I'm still up monster in Major League Baseball. 5-game winning streak in NHL. I gave the middle fingers to the books and say, I'm waiting for playoffs. I don't want to find out who's playing and who's not playing and who's resting and who's not playing. So I took the day off in hockey today and tomorrow. So good luck to Nick on that 7-unit play. But really, really small plays for me today. Like it's just a 5-unit in daily prop bets. I think a 4-unit in the NBA, but nothing really substantial just because the playoffs are here in the NHL. I'm going to take the 2 days off.
And just be careful. We'll talk about it more when we get to the NHL. Just there's a lot of different moving parts on like who needs to win, who doesn't need to win, who's playing, who's out. So we'll get to that when we talk NHL today. But be careful if you're betting NHL. NBA. Let's start with the NBA. I thought they were both kind of expected like winners at least. I thought both of the home teams won. I thought the Magic were clearly the more complete team. Can they beat? Wasn't it last year they pushed the Cavs to 7 games? So we got a rematch of that. So that's interesting. The Warriors. They're not. They're going to be playing the Celtics. So the Celtics. That's not as good a matchup for the Magic as I thought. But I think the Warriors. They snuck out of there. Good win last night. But Nick, I had the team total over. Steph Curry had to make those free throws late to get me the win, but I'll take it. They face Houston now. I think that's that's best case scenario for Golden State. Like they would have faced the Lakers if they beat the Clippers. I don't know if they match up as well with the Lakers, even though they did beat them last week. I think they match up way better with the Rockets. Raphael, do we got any advanced series prices in that one?
I haven't seen anything, but I'm glad you mentioned it because I talked to a couple of beat writers from Memphis this morning and from the Pelicans this morning, and this could be one of the weirdest summers in the NBA. What happened yesterday, Trae Young's out of Atlanta. He ain't coming back. I think the Memphis Grizzlies, they're going to dangle John Morant because they're tired of his antics and tired of his negativity in the locker room. Phoenix Suns are going to be dangling Booker. Kevin Durant could be in a Houston Rocket jersey next year. Zion's gone. And probably the Pelicans. So this is a very weird summer in the NBA. And I think the Houston Rockets are going to be one of those key guys. I think they land one of those 5 names I just mentioned.
Do you have the what's the line on this the Grizzlies and it's not out there yet. I forgot because they got the winner of the winner of tonight's 8-9 matchup or 9-10 matchup. 9-10 matchup.
Golden State is minus 180 against Houston in the series price.
Wow.
Really?
Opened up at minus $2.
That's crazy. I mean, I do think they should be slightly favored, but Houston's a number 2 seed. You don't see a number 1 or 2 seed as this big underdog very often. That's the power of Steph Curry there. like everybody loves
What's interesting is the Denver Nuggets open up as a minus 140 favorite against the Clippers. Now the Clippers are favorite.
Yeah, I kind of expected that because the Clippers are playing great basketball. Like Tony George said yesterday, it's a very small sample size since we've seen this team get healthy. But I mean, you can't argue with what we've seen. Like the last 20 games, they've been one of the best teams in the NBA outside of probably Oklahoma City, the Celtics, and the Cavaliers. So
they won.
We always talk about OKC's bench, but the Clippers bench has been really good in this winning streak as well.
Like, I mean, I hate James Harden, by the way, but I have to give him his credit this year. The dude carried this team while they were injured early and just kept them like just below 500 or about 500. And then all of a sudden they got healthy and look what was done.
Quietly carried him too.
Yeah. I mean, nobody talked about him like nobody, but he was putting up great numbers and he's allowed Kawhi to kind of be the leader again without like affecting his game too. He's not like he's, out there searching for shots that like the early James Harden, sometimes did. So do you like any free plays here tonight, Griffin? In these NBA
as far games? As we talking diamond, we talking NBA free plays. Let me pull up the card really quick here. Nick, you want to rip one really quick?
Yeah, let's look at that Dallas Mavericks and Sacramento Kings game.
All right, yeah, go ahead, take it.
The Kings are minus 4.5 here. That total is sitting at 213. Everybody and their mother is going to be on this Sacramento Kings team. But let's not forget that the Kings at home this season, they're 1 game below 500 on this season here. I like Anthony Davis to step up in this occasion here. Both teams are averaging 115 points per game here. I would lean towards that over. I like the over actually in my play. Actually, I was going to go with that Dallas Mavericks plus 4.5. I think it's going to be a competitive game here. The public's going to be on Sacramento, but I would take that over 213.5 points for tonight's game.
I'll touch up on the other game. We've got the Miami Heat versus the Chicago Bulls. Looking at this game right now, the last time these two teams played each other was a critical game. This was for home court advantage. Chicago won that game in a 119-11 final. So everybody's going to be looking at this game as bounce back game for this Miami Heat team. They've got to travel into Chicago to play the Bulls at home. The Bulls haven't been good at home. They're 18-23. They are playing good though right now on a 3-game winning streak. The way that I'm looking at this game is I see offense on offense in this matchup. I don't think either of these two teams are sustainable on the defensive side. They both have shooters. I mean, Giddey, Nico, Tyler Hero, Bam. I mean, you name it across the boards. Both of these two teams have stout offenses. So the way that I'm looking at this game, I like the over sitting at 219.5. I think both of these teams come out scoring again. As I believe the last matchup, there was 230 points scored in that game. Everybody's going to be looking at this as we're pounding the Heat and we're pounding the under. I'm on the other side. I'm reverse flip psychology in this play. Give me the over in this matchup. And if I had to take a team to take it, I'm on the Miami Heat here. Ralph?
I'm gonna go a little synergy on the last game. I like the Kings team total over 109.5. Now wait, don't bet this now. I know everyone's watching. I know everyone can't wait for me to finish the sentence and finish my free play. But this number is going to drop just as the total has been dropping. This total opened up at 223.5. It's almost now up to 130 or 213.5. So don't put the 109 in. We could probably get 108.5 maybe by tip off because it's the last game. All 3 meetings this year, the Kings put up 110 or higher, 122 points their last game, 122 points. Granted, that game was in overtime, but they had 111 points before overtime. So that one would have still cashed. They've hit this number in 5 out of 7 games. They're at home. Will the beam get lit up tonight? I think so. On the scoreboard, maybe not wins or W's, but I think a lot of points will be scored. So I'm going to take the Kings team total over 109.5, but I'm waiting to see if I can get 108.5.
I'm in agreement with you on that one, Ralph. And while we're waiting for there's Craig. I was going to say let's jump over to the MLB Diamond while we wait for Craig.
Yeah, let's
Craig,
go.
We're in action. You want to go to the Diamond?
NBA, Craig.
Because the NBA, I think all 3 of us have the early games, so let's don't talk about that as our premium play. So let's move to MLB where we've got a lot more options to bet today.
Absolutely.
Griffin, why don't you kick us off in
I'll
MLB?
take it away. We got the Cleveland Guardians rolling into Baltimore to play the Orioles. Orioles minus 125 on the money line, total sitting at 8.5. I've got to say right now, Dean Creamer, he gets the start for Baltimore. He's 1-2 on the year already with a high 8.16 ERA. He's played Cleveland lifetime. He's 0-3 against them, 18 innings of work, and a high 6.50 ERA. Cleveland has scored 21 runs offensively in their last 4 games. This team is finally barreling the baseball up. They're second in the AL Central. I'm taking the Guardians here on the money line, plus 110 value play here, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, this Guardians team, I think they're going to have to win a lot of close games this year. You know, their offense is, they did it last year. They were the king of winning close games last year. Like that's the way they're going to have to do it. They don't score lots of runs. I do like their pitching staff, but I do think Cleveland, they're always worried for me because, if it comes down to it, they're going to be in games, but can they score enough runs? But that's why I like to play them when they're underdogs much more than I like to play them as favorites. So a little underdog price here. I like that. Usually when they're favorites, I either stay away or I bet against them, to be very honest, when I'm betting Cleveland. I like a little play in this Miami-Arizona game. Miami's been better than I thought. I thought Miami would be, if not the worst team in the league, I thought they would be vying for it. They're 500 right now, 8-8. Now, it's a small sample size. Remember, Pittsburgh Pirates were leading their division by a lot last year, and they end up being the worst team in that division by a lot. But I do think today you play against them. I like Arizona here. Arizona's not been bad on the road, 4-3 on the road. Fat or whatever his name, Fat. I mean, I hate to butcher this guy's name. Pafat?
Brandon Pott.
But yeah,
If
I
if
wanted
you
to
gave
butcher his name. I was waiting for you just to butcher it. Then I was going to correct you.
if you gave me 10 choices, I would have never pronounced it. I would have been the last one. If you gave me all the choices, like, hey, pronounce this like this, I'd be like, nope, it's not that one.
It's the worst in hockey, man.
Pafat, if you have to pronounce it.
Try doing PFL or try doing PFL interviews.
Like, let's just
Oh,
call him
Russian
Brandon.
names.
It should be like Brandon P. You know, when you have like
We'll just call
like,
him Brandon.
Brandon P. I like him tonight. I think he gets it done. I like him at the small favorite price of minus 140 here. I did when I bet it this morning. It was actually minus 130 something, like 134 or 5 or 6, something like that. So it's moving up a little bit, and I continue to think you're probably going to because I think people are going to start to fade the Marlins a lot more. Let's take Arizona. Get on it before it moves. What do you like, Nick?
Yeah, let's look at the Seattle Mariners. They're minus 130 here on the money line against your Cincinnati Reds. They're Craig, the total sitting at 8.5. And Seattle lost yesterday to the Reds. They're 8-4. The Reds came back in that one with Lodolo on the mound. But this season right now, Seattle on the road, they're 0-4, but they have Bryce Miller on the mound. He's 0-2, as well as the starter here for the Cincinnati Reds. That would be Nick Martinez. He's 0-2 as well. But both of these teams, their pitching staff has been carrying the load to start the season. And I sound like a broken record every time talking about this Seattle Mariners team here, but it all comes down to their offensive production. They scored 4 runs in yesterday's game, so they're seeing the ball well here in Cincinnati. I think that the Seattle Mariners will get the win here. I like Bryson Miller to come out hot against the Cincinnati Reds. I think they struggle here against Bryson Miller. So I would take the Seattle Mariners on the money line over your Cincinnati Reds tonight, Craig.
How about a parlay? Take the over with that as well. I think this game is going to be high scoring. I'm actually, as soon as we're done with this, I'm getting in a car and I'm headed to Cincinnati. I wish I had time to go to the game tonight. I'm going to my daughter's lacrosse game, but I think it's going to be. It's going to be cold, but it's not going to be like freezing.
Lacrosse game.
Lacrosse, yeah. She's a junior. I got one more year of this.
Baseball's more important.
One more year of this.
You got one more year of this.
She scored her first goal on Monday, and I missed it. First varsity goal. So she scored on JVs, but she scored her first varsity goal. I missed. I said, you got to score today for Dad that he's coming. But I do think this is going to be a little warmer than it has been to start this game. Both these starters not that good. I'm taking the over with you, Nick. So over in Seattle. My Reds, I think, are going to be 500. I just think they're one game above 500. I think they're going to be a 500 team. So you're going to have a lot of – they're feast or famine a little bit on offense. It's like, Ellie De La Cruz hit the grand slam. What was it, Friday? Hit that grand slam. It's like they exploded.
It was Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday or Saturday. And but he's the feast frame. He swings for the fences. And that's a lot of those Reds guys. I think today they do some damage, and I think Seattle will do their damage as well. Raphael, what do you like here in MLB?
Another game that we're going to be synergy, because I like the over in this Reds and Mariners game, but I also like the Reds team total over 3.5. I don't care the juice is minus 130. This juice should be minus 150. Last 5 games, the Reds have been averaging 5.6 runs per game. These pitchers both stink. We're going to see the bullpens very early. Reds have hit this one in 4 straight games in 6 out of 7. I like the over in a Great American Small Park, and I like the Reds team total over 3.5. So don't 2-team parlay it, single bet it, but I like both of them.
Hey, but when I think a lot of people still remember the Reds because they didn't score a run for 3 or 4 straight games. So I think a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, this team, they're going to do that. They're going to go through stretches where they score none, and then they're going to go through these long stretches where they're 5-6 games where they explode. Now, they might not win games even when they explode for these runs, by the way, because their bullpen is going to get used up. I just think their starters aren't going to be deep starters this year. And I think that's going to be their big Achilles heel as the season progresses, is that bullpen just going to get used up to a point of, you can't do much about it.
And who would have thought the Mariners would cash 4 out of 5 over tickets? I had when I
haven't
saw
seen
that this
that in 3
morning,
years.
I'm like, my computer's making a mistake.
It helps when they get away from Seattle. Seattle, tough place to score a lot of runs, especially late at night. So when they're on the road, and it helps. Like Cincinnati's ballpark is not, I've been there many, many times. It's not that hard to hit it out. I mean, not saying I could do it. Maybe Nick. Nick
can hit the long ball. Nick can hit it out.
He's the D1 guy here. So, D1 baseball guys. So,
I could get into it a couple times.
You said D1. You're not D2 or D3. D1.
Yeah, D1. Anybody have any opinion on this late game in the Angels-Rangers? This is an interesting game. Corbin has been not good. Now, I hate to overreact in a short sample. You know what I mean? Like pitchers, I don't know, Nick. What do you say? Like 5 starts really before you kind of get to like. But I mean, we're what 3 starts in, and it's like it has not been good. And the Rangers are still getting respect here. It's minus 129. I think the Angels are going to win this game easy. Anybody have an opinion else with this?
I got a premium on this matchup.
Yeah, I did see
I'd
that.
rather stay off this one. I mean,
Nick?
should I attack?
No,
I'll
Nick.
attack.
No.
Nick, you have an opinion on this game?
Nick?
It's breaking up, guys. Hold up. You hear
I'll
me?
jump in.
Go ahead,
It's
Raphael.
Patrick Corbin Day. I was hoping his total would be 9, not 9.5. I just think I've been fading Corbin since 3 years ago. He sucks. So yeah, anytime I see him on a pitching listings, I'm always looking to fade him. So I agree with you. I think the Angels at plus money is a really good play. I was hoping to get 9. This is something I'm going to look at live bet. I'm hoping for 0-0 at the end of the first inning, and then maybe get a low number like 8.5 on a total, because there's no way Corbin goes 5 or 6 innings. So that means the bullpen's going to get used. So this is something you look for live betting if you don't like the total. Hopefully it goes 0-0 in the first.
What? I don't understand why Texas – is somebody hurt in Texas and this guy wasn't supposed to start and he got moved up the minors or something? Because what – have you not watched him at Washington the last handful of years? Like what could you possibly think was going to happen to bring this guy in? I know some
He's
guys
only in the league because he's left-handed. That's the only reason why he's a starter still in baseball. In baseball, starter or reliever, because you're left-handed. You're a unicorn, pretty much.
I mean, 13 years, and he's only
You
been
guys, you guys, I think you're talking about that Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah. Corbin.
He's freezing.
You guys are talking about that Los Angeles Angels. Take that Yurfee with Patrick Corbin there. I absolutely love that Yurfee play.
Now I get my
He's
total.
awful. Every time he's on the mound, I look to attack the other side. So take that Yurfee. Sorry, guys, I'm glitching here a little bit, but take that Yurfee play.
Yeah, well, but hey, you could still in-game bet it, but you're probably going to have to pay a bigger price there, Raphael, if you do
Thanks,
that.
Nick. Well, your Wi-Fi sucks too, Nick. Thanks.
All right. Hey, let's talk a little NHL.
I don't even know the conversation. Hold up. I got to be back. Hold up.
You like anything in the NHL here, Griffin, today?
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I got a game that it's meaningless, but there's definitely value in this one. We've got the Anaheim Ducks rolling into Winnipeg to play the Jets. Jets minus 270 on the money line. Total sitting at 5.5. Winnipeg locked up the number 1 seed in the Central, so they're playing for absolutely nothing tonight. And Anaheim, they've been pesky as all hell after the second half of this season, entering the second half. They have dropped 3 consecutive games, so the public is going to be all over Winnipeg on that puck line. This is one of those games where, as a sharp bettor, you have to look at this matchup, and that's an automatic parlay chopper. Give me the Ducks here plus 1.5, odds of minus 115. I think the Ducks keep this game competitive, and if they do come out, I'd like to see them score first. We get that first goal in, this game already looks good to me, Craig. So I like the Ducks here plus 1.5 as Winnipeg's coming into this game with meaningless efforts in this matchup.
You know, Anaheim is 27-13 with the puck line this year on the road.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good play. I mean, and Winnipeg at home is only 21-19 and almost always the favorite on the puck line. So they're basically 50-50 versus a team that's winning at a much higher clip. Like you said, Winnipeg has really nothing at this point of the season. Everybody's just trying to stay healthy. If you're already in the playoffs, just be healthy. I always feel like if you're in the NHL team, you feel like you can, if you're healthy, you just want that opportunity to go out there and play your best hockey in the playoffs. And I think Winnipeg is going to be playing like that tonight. Anything you like here, Nick?
Yeah, we got a dog price here. The Vegas Golden Knights, they got nothing to play for. They're playing on Saturday here. They're locked up in the playoffs. Give me the plus money here with the Vancouver Canucks last game here at home. I like them to get it done over the Golden Knights, Craig.
I kind of like that one a little bit too, because I think Vegas is a legit chance to win it again this year. And they're just like, hey, please don't get anybody hurt tonight. Please don't get anybody hurt. Please don't get anybody hurt. So I like that one.
They
there
did
tonight.
it to me last night. Jag-offs.
Raphael, I got to get your opinion. We talked last, I think, Friday when I had you, and we said, okay, there's 3 teams. It's Celtics, Thunder, and Cavaliers. Everybody else, it's like bombs. It's I think 10-1 or greater, right? On every other Is there anybody out there that now that we know the matchups here in the NBA that's kind of tickling your fancy a little bit?
No, because I haven't seen it's been OKC and Boston all season long. Everyone's playing for the bronze medal. So I just don't see anyone that can beat OKC in a 7-game series. I don't see anyone in the East that can beat Boston in a 7-game. Now, if Boston gets hurt, which I think they're vulnerable because we've seen these guys get hurt before, the Unicorn, Tatum. We've seen everyone in that roster get hurt. Then, yes, then I think Cleveland can leapfrog them. But OKC's second team can probably advance in the playoffs right now. So I don't think anyone can do that. I think there's just too many question marks. Lakers have no center. The Denver Nuggets were. I'm hearing that Joker may want out. Can you imagine if LeBron leaves? And I can guarantee you the Lakers are probably going to go for the Joker and pair up 2 big white guys that play no defense on the team. So I think Denver Nuggets are a team that could be wiped out pretty early. So no, I just think it's a 2-team race. I think it's OKC and Boston.
I will say this: Oklahoma City is going to have to go through a much tougher road than is the Celtics and the Cavaliers.
I agree.
Because think about this: whoever they get, the first round, I'll have no problem there. Okay, maybe the Grizzlies. Who knows? Like the Grizzlies do have talent. That's not like a team that lacks talent. If the Grizzlies can win whoever wins this game tonight, Kings and the Mavs, whoever wins that will end up playing. But they're going to probably face the Clippers or the Nuggets, or they're going to face the Clippers and Nuggets for sure. And then they're going to probably have to beat the Warriors or the Rockets. I think whoever wins that series probably will end up facing them. And then you're going to have to beat the winner of the Cavaliers and Celtics. So if the Thunder get it, they have earned it. Now, the Cavaliers and Celtics, I kind of feel like they kind of have it off for 2 series. Until they play each other, I feel like the East is somewhat easy. I just don't believe in any of those other teams in the East. I guess you could maybe say the Knicks. They got hot last year. But we did see the news. It doesn't sound like Damian Lillard's going to be available to start this playoffs. So I kind of thought
he's probably not going to be available. They just said the first round of playoffs, but I'm hearing he's not going to be available all through the playoffs. And Eric over at Caesars told me yesterday that the last 30 days, the Clippers have had the most future money come in.
Wow. That kind of makes sense, though. They've been hot. They have star power. I wouldn't want to bet them because they're on the same, they're going to have to beat them in the second round. I guess you got to beat them sometime, the Thunder, but I'd rather have somebody beat up on them and then face them in the Western Conference Finals than I'm guessing they're probably going to win in a gentleman's sweep, probably 5 games, maybe even a sweep after the first series. So it's not like they're probably going to have rest advantage against the Clippers or the Nuggets. Is there anybody in the NHL that's really running away as far as odds are concerned? Is there a few teams that are getting most action, or is it kind of a little more spread out than the NBA?
It's a little bit spread out. I think the last couple of weeks has been Winnipeg and Vegas. Vegas, maybe not after the showing that they showed last night. They gave my boy the middle finger last night down below me. But it's just been the same guys or the same teams over and over. Last time I checked, pretty much every book said they could care less who's going to win. They were in a plus in every scenario.
Yeah, which is that's their dream scenario. You don't have to root for anybody. Now, then you get the individual games and
NBA the Lakers. I think the Lakers and I think the Celtics had a small loss. I think those two were the only ones in the negative in the NBA.
The Lakers?
Well, of course it's the Lakers. Anytime the money comes in on the Lakers.
I could have seen it a little while ago, but now I just thought it would be the Thunder. The Thunder have been the best team in basketball for 4 months.
But if you think about it, put it in golf aspects. When Tiger Woods was dominating, he was minus 125 in 2007 in the Masters. OKC should have been in a minus for futures pretty much all season long. I thought the books were smart on how they booked them because they're not a name brand. They don't have a star. No disrespect to SGA. I liked how the books booked them so they can get action on other teams and not get crushed when season ends. So they booked them correctly, but I thought they should have been like minus 110 or maybe even money or plus 125 since the All-Star break.
Yeah, I mean, I would if I was a betting man, I think you have to take Thunder and Celtics. That's just, and then if not Thunder Cavs, I just can't see anybody else. We've seen it. It did, Thunder lost last year to Dallas. Remember that. So it can happen. I always say the first time to get there is the toughest. Because you don't know what you're doing. They still haven't done it. Can they step up? They have a lot of depth, a lot of injuries that they overcome this year. They're healthy finally. I can't wait to see it. All right, guys, don't forget, if you haven't done so, make sure you check us out, DocSports.com/free60. That'll get you a $60 free to use, however you like. And this comes with a profit guarantee, by the way. I always forget to mention this. But so if you spend $30 on the NBA tonight on any of our NBA plays and it loses, you get that $30 back in your account for the next day to get that NBA. Or, well, you get the next day's NBA, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's basically you're getting the next day to buy. Now, if the next day the NBA is off, which is going to happen, you will then get Friday's plays. So you keep getting that until you win. So it's
Greg's Midwest education is coming out in full force.
It's like, to explain this is like I haven't done a very good job of this lately, so I wanted to make sure I got it right. But also, don't forget, like and subscribe. Don't forget, if you want to just get a sample, be like, hey, what do these guys do? Check out the Premium and Premium Plus, especially Premium Plus. You're going to get. I pick out. It's me right now doing the video. Hopefully, we'll have another host soon. But I pick out 3 expert plays, 2, 3, or 4 unit plays every day. It might be Griffin one day in NHL, it might be Nick's MLB, Raphael's. I just pick out the ones that have been hot and that I like, and then we post them up there in a video format so you have that. And that comes with the premium level 1, which is Indian Cowboys plays as well. So it's $49.99 a month. Make sure you check it out and get in on it. The link is in the description. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. We will see tomorrow. Who's in tomorrow? Nick? For Griffin.
I'm out tomorrow,
Yeah,
Craig. Nick's in for me.
So me and Griffin tomorrow, and then on Friday we're going to have Raphael, and he's covering for Robert, and we're going to have Griffin on Friday. So make sure you join us the next 2 days, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. All right, guys, have a great day. Hope all your bets are winning ones. Good luck.